What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we're gonna check out how social media ruined car culture. Now, I've been requested to check this particular video out, and it definitely does seem interesting. I want to give the proper shout out to Social Orbit. I've actually checked out one of his videos on the channel a while ago, long time ago, but I do check out his videos from time to time off camera, and I definitely wanted to check this out because this one definitely seems pretty interesting to, have a conversation about, because social media has changed the car culture scene, and a lot of times it's not for the better. Obviously, people try to follow trends and try to tell you what is the type of vehicle you should have, and those type of individuals don't even have a car, or they ride with their friends, or they have something that's low powered but telling you that your car is slow. Like, you get it all the time. Social media, even though it has its positives, it definitely has its negatives, especially on the car culture scene. So we're going to check this out. I want to see what he has to say about this. Appreciate all love, support. I'm going to link down the original video so y'all can always check it out and go subscribe to his channel.
To Lil Timmy. Lil Timmy has been saving up for 2 years straight at his minimum wage job, all in order to get himself a sports car. He works overtime on his off days and saves as much money as possible. Well, the time finally came, and Lil Timmy had finally saved up enough money to get himself a nice Mustang. Something that anybody should be proud of doing. Lil Timmy buys the Mustang, and he is proud of himself. He gets on his phone, opens social media, and this is the first video he sees.
Be fans of me when that all got real, you ran on me.
Hold on, post editing Orbit here, and I just realized it is an Infinity driver making statements like this. Who gave these G37 and G35 owners ego like this? What the hell? Anyways, let's go back. I'm sorry, I just figured that out right now. Now Lil Timmy is conflicted. Did he really spend 2 years of his life working for this car just to end up being made fun of anyways? Long story short, the answer is yes. As sad and as unfortunate that is just the reality of things. And that is just one of the many ways in which social media has ruined the car culture. In this video, we're gonna cover 8 more ways in which social media has actually fried the car scene, because it's looking bad. And you wanna know one of the biggest lies? That 1,000 horsepower is the new 500. Yes, inflation isn't only affecting the prices of eggs, but also how much horsepower is considered normal in a street car. In this day and age, social media will make you think that your car is slow simply because it isn't a max effort, full bolt-on E85 build on slicks. But why are you so specific? Because I've experienced this firsthand. And if someone with a 700 horsepower car is experiencing power inflation, can you imagine everyone else under that? That's crazy how social media has changed the perception on what we consider powerful or not. Back in the day, a 400 horsepower car was a monster. Yeah. And now it's just mid. In the 2000s, a 300 horsepower Mustang GT was quicker than damn near every car you're gonna see on the street. In the 2010s, 500 horsepower was crazy, and now people act like 700 is just the starting point. And
which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That's the insanity thing, bro. Like, people have become these fucking horsepower like fiends. Like, if your shit ain't over this, then you're not deemed as worthy to talk about anything car related, when it's like, what are we doing? Like, even for the individuals that do have a 700, 800 plus horsepower vehicle, I'm like, bro, I mean, not everybody's supposed to have that. I mean, if you put money into your car, yeah, it would make sense to have that much horsepower. Especially if this is something that you take to the track or whatever, like you actually race professionally. But a lot of y'all just be, going to Mexico. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just shitting on other people that don't have that. Hell, I'm not even trying to have a car to have that much horsepower. That's not something I would need on a day-to-day basis. I get it, some people want that. Do what you want. I just think it's kind of cringe and lame when boys be trying to talk down to people that with less horsepower, even though their car looks clean or car looks nice, or maybe 600 horsepower. Oh, you 600? Oh, you slow. I'm gapping you. I'm like, well, you should, bro. You modified your shit to, just crazy heights. You should be gapping me, bro.
Why this is so silly to me is because realistically, it's only the people who drive Honda Civics that think like this. Not even Honda Civics. That's disrespectful to them. I'm talking 1 liter 3 cylinders that produce 90 horsepower at the most. You know why I think this? Because the people who say stuff like this never seem to ask, can you even use that much horsepower on a street car? Again, I'm going to use myself as an example because I have a first-hand experience on this. 700 horsepower on a rear-wheel drive car is not usable 90% of the time. You know why? Because physics exists. If I floor my car, I'm spinning from first, second, and the beginning of third sometimes. I don't need to be able to hit 150 miles per hour in 4 seconds just to merge on the freeway. But again, everybody's perception on that is cooked because when you open social media, the first thing you see is Boosted Lucky's Hellcat. And then you scroll, and the next thing you're seeing is Snot Rockets 5.0. And then you scroll again, it's a 2,000 horsepower GTR. You see what I'm saying? So now the people with no car or sense of reality start thinking every car on the street must be 1,000 horsepower. And that's crazy. Most people watching this, I'm not trying to throw shots, but this is just statistically correct. Most people watching this can't handle 500 horsepower. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a slow, reliable...
Facts. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He's spot on. Most people with high-powered vehicles really can't handle that shit. Some can. Obviously, they may have experience and, used to their car and whatnot, and they know what they're doing. But most of them don't, bro. Most people don't. Because, once again, practically, you're not using all that horsepower on your day-to-day drive. 1, it's dangerous. 2, there's a good chance, cops are going to get involved. And granted, you may be able to outrun the cops, but eventually you're going to get caught. Eventually, you're going to crash. Eventually, you may hurt yourself or somebody else. So... it's cool to have it, but it's not something that you practically are going to just be gunning it all the time, every time. So it really just, it's a dependent situation, unless you're about to go to Mexico, if you know what I know. If you know, you know.
Car than a fast, unreliable car any day. Reliability is so underrated. I don't want to step on my car doing a pull and in the back of my mind I'm thinking, please don't blow, please don't blow, please don't blow. No, that's no way to live. I'm sorry, I'm ranting about this a lot because that's even the main reason I'm making this video. I got a comment, somebody saying your car is only 650. It's slow. Race this, race that.
Yeah, bro. It's so stupid. Like, you race them. Like, what? Boys will gas up other people's vehicles. Well, you can't beat this car, this guy's car. Maybe I can't, but you can't either. Shut the fuck up.
I bet you $50. I'll put anything on it. I'll put my house on it. Homeboy who was commenting that takes the bus to school. But let me stop crashing out. Let me stop. Let me relax. Let me calm down. But I'm going to ask you guys this question. How much horsepower do you think is too much? Me personally, I think 300 horsepower is enough. 300 horsepower and you're gapping 90% of cars on the street. You don't need 1,000. You don't even need 500. 300, enough for daily commute.
Yeah, it depends on what type of vehicle you're in. For me, I think the most I would be willing to do, and that's why I'm looking forward to tuning up my GT53, the most I would be willing to do, if I was to, tune it as much as I could or, get me another vehicle, the most I would be doing 700. 700, I'm cool. And I don't even think I'm going to be using all that horsepower all the time. That would be the most for me. 600, 650, I'm cool with that too. But the most I would be willing to be like, all right, I want to push 700. Cool. That would probably be the max for me. Anything over that, now that's just, just because. And I personally wouldn't do it, but I've been in cars that are hella fucking fast. So it wouldn't be for me something that I would daily commute or even use for a car meet all the time. It's not for me, but 600, 700, I can live with that.
But yeah, just let me know in the comments, how much horsepower is enough? Well, the next way social media is ruining the car culture is actually the silliest thing I've ever heard. The mindset that if it's not expensive, it doesn't matter. What? Hey, look at that BMW over there. I don't know, man. I look, you don't like it. It's personally not my style. I don't know. But can you afford it? Social
Yep.
media has made us believe that your opinion is irrelevant if you're not a multi-millionaire and a Koenigsegg. A wise man once said, money doesn't buy taste. The whole idea that you have to be able to afford a car to speak on it is silly to
No.
me. I swear, all this started with the little Andrew Tate meme that came out back in the day when he was first blowing up. Yeah, the what color is your Bugatti meme started this whole idea that I can't speak on something because it's out of my tax bracket. You know? And that's silly to
No.
me. Garbage art sells for millions of dollars all the time. Doesn't make it any better because it's more expensive. I
Yeah.
can still think it's garbage, you know? But I'm just saying, not everything has to be my style because it's expensive. People act like money equals knowledge, but buying an expensive car doesn't mean you know anything about cars. If anything, it's more of the other way around. Someone who knows nothing about cars will think, well, I have all this money, might as well go buy the most expensive car, you know? There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Obviously, not everybody has to be into cars, know the nitty gritties and stuff, but I'm just saying, that's a silly mindset to have. Owning a Koenigsegg doesn't make you an expert, just like owning an expensive camera doesn't make you a photographer. But before we even move on to the next way social media has cooked everybody in the car industry, today's video is brought to you by Jesper.
Get your bag, my boy. Get your bag, man. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Ricing their car out to fit in. Social be cool. And people with economy cars ricing their car out to fit in. Social media brings pressure to people, even when it's not necessary. According to people on the internet, if your car isn't slammed, boosted, wrapped into the craziest color known to man, people say it's boring. Social media makes stock cars feel incomplete, you know? To be honest, some cars don't need heavy mods to be cool or clean. Well-maintained stock cars can be classics in their own right. And real
Yeah.
enthusiasts respect a car that is cared for more than anything. Maintenance is up to date. Cool. Your paint doesn't look like it survived World War II. Cool. Your interior is nice, welcoming, and clean. That's all we want. Well, I shouldn't say we, because most of the community doesn't want that. If your car isn't on E85, it's boring, according to people. The reason I'm even adding this point to this video is that about like a couple weeks ago, I saw a video somebody posted, and the whole purpose of her video was her explaining that she isn't going to modify her car. And then I said this in the comment: the worst money pit is modding an economy car. You'll regret it when those "I could have gotten something better" thought sets in after. And honestly, I feel like the reason people go modding cars like this is because of that pressure that social media brings. That if you drive a stock car, you're not doing it right mindset. And then you have people dumping thousands of dollars into cars that don't need to be modified. Like,
Yeah.
why are you straight piping your RAV4? Not every
Yeah.
car needs to be modified.
Yep, see it all the time. Boys just be modifying cars, and I just be like, you can do it, but why? Did it need to be modded like that? Like, okay, all right, cool, I guess.
If you want to buy a car that supports mods well for cheap and then building it after all, hey, go ahead, do that. But if you're buying a Prius and then slapping a flame kit on it and slamming it, why? There's going to be a point where you spend so much money on that car, you're just going to regret it. It's going to get to that point, guaranteed. Why? Because after you put $5,000 into a Prius, you're going to be thinking, why didn't I just buy a better car? Why didn't I just put this $5,000 into something else? It's going to happen. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. The moment you drop a single dollar on that first mod, you've trapped yourself. Enjoy the car for what it is. It's better. Trust. It's better. You're keeping your car reliable. You're not digging yourself a money pit, and your quality of life is going to be great. Nothing beats peace, my friends. The harsh truth is that social media will never be satisfied.
Yeah.
If your car is stock, they'll say it's boring. If
Yep.
it's modded, they'll say you ruined it. No
Yep.
matter what, someone will always have an opinion. So build what you like. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who wakes up and gets in that car and drives it and spends money on it. Not the other person who thinks your car is trash because it's stock. And that brings me to my next topic, which is
Fair
clout
point.
chasing. Mostly rage baiting.
Ooh.
We have people intentionally posting controversial takes just to farm engagement. Takes that they don't even believe themselves.
Yeah.
These aren't real opinions. They're designed to get people mad and commenting.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is it works. Social media thrives off negativity. And then you have car YouTubers faking car dramas and car thefts just so they could get clicks. People pretend to hate each other for content even though it's all fake behind the scenes. It's less about the cars than the driving experience anymore. And now it's just about making money, creating content.
I see it all the time. Boys be rage baiting. You know, you see it with BMW and Mercedes, and you know the individuals that go back and forth with them. And most of those individuals don't even own a BMW or a fucking Mercedes. Someone will say, "Oh, someone may post a reel of their, you know, their Mercedes of what doesn't even matter what model, post their, you know, Mercedes little TikTok reel, Instagram, saying, "Oh, we better than them BMW boys," and then vice versa. "Oh, this M series cooks everything that Mercedes can come up with." It It's dumb. I see it all the time. I scroll past it. I don't even engage in it because it's rage baity. I don't give a fuck. Like what you like. I love BMWs, especially the older ones, the M series. Fucking love those cars. They're fucking pocket rockets. Fucking insane how fast they are. Anytime I see someone with one, I show respect, show love. Like, that's tough. I don't give a fuck. Like, you got something nice. There you go. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely clout chasey, but it's social media.
Clickbaiting because it works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I can't even blame the guys. It's working. You have people buying multi-million-dollar cars just to dance on it, just so they can promote their little, it's silly. It's the fact that they get attention, so obviously they won't stop, but it's so cringe. Clout is one hell of a drug, and if you ever see me or catch me doing something this silly to my car just for views, call me out on it, please. This got to be equivalent to selling your soul. But we got like 2 more left to go, and I've been yapping. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, so we're just gonna go through it quickly. The next thing social media has done is promote recklessness and just make everybody delusional on their actual skill level. People like squeeze bends, people swimming through traffic, drifting cars around corners, takeovers. It makes people think they can go ahead and recreate this type of activities, right? And I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I fell for this trap as well. I never told you guys this, but like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when I had my Honda Accord, I took it to an empty parking lot and started doing donuts. It was stupid, I know. I'm more mature now and I know how stupid that was. Well, I faced the consequences. The cops came, I got a misdemeanor, I got my car impounded for 30 days. All that happened and I learned my lesson. It's not worth it.
And there you go. He learned his lesson. It's life. You're going to learn, but that's what social media, some of these, I don't know how many times, I don't even subscribe to none of these takeover pages and it just be showing up in my feed and I just be like, it's not for me, bro. I think it's fucking hurting the car scene more than anything. Or how many times I've seen people squeeze in and out of traffic. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm good. It's not for me. But the younger generation, younger kids, they see this, they think this is cool, they want to emulate it. And sometimes you have to learn the hard way that there's consequences to your actions.
And to be honest, what happened to me was one of the best case scenarios. I learned my lesson in a not so harmful way. Other people aren't so fortunate. They see people like Squeeze Ben swimming through traffic at 100 miles per hour, blasting M-Box, and they think they can recreate it. And so they go hop in their 90 horsepower Volkswagen and try the same thing and take out a family of 5 in an SUV. It's silly. Stop. Just don't recreate this. And it's sad because social media lets these videos be monetized. People who post these videos get no consequences. They make money off of it promoting illegal activities. All they need is a disclaimer saying it's AI generated, even if it's obviously not. I never understood it. Who sees stuff like that and be like, maybe I can recreate it, rather than sitting from the comfort in their own home and admiring the skill it takes? Because you'd be lying if you said driving like this didn't require a certain level
it definitely
of skill.
does.
The average Joe can't get in their car and recreate this. It's silly, but it's true. The reality is, power means nothing if you don't know how to handle it. Swerving through traffic at 100 miles per hour with no seatbelt is not impressive. Knowing how to properly parallel park is impressive. Drive safe, make it home. But the final and biggest way I think social media has cooked the brains of car people is FOMO, fear of missing out. On social media, if you're not 19 with your dream car, you failed at life. If you have a car and you're not spending tens of thousands of dollars on it, you failed at life. If you're not putting yourself in crippling debt while working at a dead-end job trying to buy a $90,000 car, you failed at life. Don't fall for the trap of missing out. You're not missing out. You have a roof over your head, you get fed, you're blessed. You don't need a $100,000 car to feel like you've made it. Just enjoy what you have, my friends. But that's it. Hopefully, I know this isn't gonna happen, but one can only hope that everything will go back to normal soon enough. But who are we kidding? That's not happening anytime soon. Just thought I'd raise some awareness. You guys take it easy. Be good.
Hey, this was a dope video. I'm gonna give it a like because I definitely love what he was talking about. That last point is spot on, bro. I didn't get my first Benz until, what was that? Maybe 2021? Yeah. 2021, around that time. That's when I got my first Benz. And then from there, I just kind of upgraded. But yeah, I've been in my Honda Accord for the longest. Saw people with nice cars, and I knew one day I was going to get it. But I didn't rush it. I mean, honestly, the only reason why I ended up getting the Benz, it was a really good price, and my car just broke down. It was like, all right, it's time to get a new one. I was going to ride until the wheels fell off. And then I upgraded. I got the C-Class, then I got the E-Class, and then I upgraded to the E43, and then now, last year, I ended up getting my GT53. And then one day, I plan on getting, I want to get a GT63 2-door. Because I have the 4-door right now, but I want to get a 63. Well, I have the 53 4-door, but I want to get the 63 2-door coupe. That's what I want to get. And I'm going to get that when the time is right. I'm working on trying to save up to get a house and stuff like that. That's my most important thing. But I'm okay with what I got. But the point I want to make here is I didn't rush it. Everyone had these nice cars and stuff that I was seeing around on the road. I didn't rush it because I didn't need to rush it because I knew at some point I was going to get to that point. So at some point, I was going to work my way there. So don't rush it. Let it happen naturally. Don't put yourself in a lot of debt to try to seem cool to everybody else. No, it's okay. Work your ass off. Get to what you want to get to and go from there. But don't try to fit in because you're missing out. You're not. These cars ain't going nowhere. Promise you. I don't know how many people can't even make their car payments now. There's a lot of cars that are just sitting on the lot, or there's a lot of people that are past 60-day due on their car note because they can't make it. So don't put yourself in unnecessary debt to try to get something to fit in with everybody else. Love this video. Link it. I'm going to link it down below. Y'all go show him some love. Go subscribe to him. Dude is fantastic with his takes, and I definitely agree with a lot that he said in this video. But I appreciate all love, support. Road to 20K. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.